Hi, my name's Amanda Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be talking about how to identify wildlife in Cameron County, Texas. So this is the order in which I'm going to discuss things. First, we'll go over a little quick geography lesson of the Rio Grande Valley and Cameron County in particular, and then items we need in the field, how to identify different groups of animals, and the future of wildlife in the Rio Grande Valley. So, the Rio Grande Valley is actually not a valley, it's actually a river delta to the Rio Grande. And it is a subtropical environment, which means that a lot of species meet their northernmost extent here. A lot of tropical species, that is, and some northern species find their extent down here as well. And some of the areas that I would like to go searching for animals with you guys are Laguna Atascosa National Wildlife Refuge and also Sable Pond Sanctuary. Basically, that would give us like a nice tour of the different habitats we have. So some items we need in the field are obviously snake guards or boots, field cook, all-weather field notebook, pencil to record our observations, binoculars for birds, obviously. But we can identify some without binoculars, but it's always nice to get a full picture. We will also need a flashlight just in case. We need to look in any dark corners for reptiles such as snakes or lizards or what have you. And we also need snacks so that we can keep moving. And how to identify mammals. Some identifying characteristics are size, shape, color, behavior of the animal, the environment that they're in or their habitat, the tracks that they leave, or like fecal matter. The pictures to the right are good examples of what mildew dung looks like in Texas. So how to identify birds? Kind of the same thing. Size, shape, color, behavior, the environment they're in, but also the season, because some birds are seasonal, like the painted bunting, which is a summer resident of Texas, and then also marks and their voice. Is it high pitched? Is it more low? And how to identify reptiles? First, it would be a good idea to classify the reptile as belonging to one of the different orders, one of the four different orders, although the fourth one is automatically ruled out because it only represents the Tuatara, which is a native to New Zealand, and we're far from New Zealand. So the other three orders are Crocodilia, which are obviously crocodiles and alligators, caiman, squamata, which are snakes, lizards, and testudines, which are turtles or tortoises. And some identifying characteristics would be size, shape, color, behavior, the environment and how they interact with it, and some identifying marks. And the pictures to the right are of a speckled racer, a Texas tortoise, and a red-eared slider. And how to identify amphibians? First, it would be a good idea to classify the animal in one of the three orders. The first one being Anura, which are frogs, toads, Caudata, which are salamanders, newts, and Gymnophiona, which are Sicilians. So some of the ways you can identify them are by their size, shape, color, behavior, and parotid glands. But in particular, the size and shape of them. And then the habitat and the environment and how they interact with that, and then other identifying marks. the pictures to the left are of a Rio Grande siren and a cane toad. One of the identifying marks for this cane toad is the large glands. Let me see if I can highlight this here. These are the large parotid glands, and that's a way to identify whether or not this is a cane toad or not. So the future of wildlife in the Rio Grande Valley, species and populations are declining from all major groups of wildlife due to anthropogenic factors like climate change, land use change, agricultural development of new areas of cities, invasive species that were introduced by humans, and the spreading of fungus, bacteria, and other zoonoses unknowingly. And then there's also like other developments like SpaceX, for instance. They are located on Boca Chica Beach in Brownsville, which is it's the southernmost beach in Texas. And there's also a wildlife refuge around this. So when they launch, this is degrading the environment, not only to the animals but also humans as well who like to enjoy this type of habitat. It's one of a kind. It's very unique. And that was the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.